Greetings, this is a review of the week's major events of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The Ukrainian Armed Forces have disrupted the Russian strategic offensive operation that the enemy had planned for this March. This was announced by the President of Ukraine. He thanked the soldiers defending Ukrainian positions. This week, in particular, the Ukrainian Armed Forces repelled a massive assault by Russian invaders west of Pokrovsk in the Donetsk region. The East Operational Command specified that the enemy attempted to break through along the Pokrovsk-Pavlograd highway toward Kotlina. Meanwhile, in the Hulaypora area, Russian troops attempted to assault the settlements of Myrne, Belogiria and Lugivske, but were unable to gain control of them. Meanwhile, fighters from the 3rd Spartan Rapid Deployment Brigade of Ukrainian National Guard repelled an enemy assault in the Pokrovsk direction and eliminated a Russian company within 48 hours. The Russians had hoped to take advantage of the rainy weather and attempted to assault Pokrovsk using vehicles, motorcycles and quad bikes. Over the course of 2 days, the enemy suffered significant losses in personnel and equipment. The highest number of attacks in the Pokrovsk direction was recorded on Wednesday. It was 72. Overall, the number of attacks along the front line rose sharply that day to 286 in a single day. That marks a record high in several months. In the days that followed, this number gradually decreased. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, General Oleksandr Syrskyi, worked this week with units engaged in combat operations in the Zaporizhzhia sector. The enemy is concentrating significant forces in this area, viewing it as a key front. The Commander-in-Chief clarified combat missions based on the nature of the enemy's actions and resolved issues regarding additional support for the units. This year, Russia plans to recruit another 409,000 troops. As the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine noted, the enemy has not abandoned its intentions and continues to prepare for the aggression against Ukraine. The Commander-in-Chief held a meeting on the state of engineering equipment along the defense lines. Key tasks include strengthening fortifications, developing anti-drone defenses, and prepare populated areas for defense. Throughout the week, the enemy continued to shell peaceful Ukrainian cities. The Kyiv region and 6 frontline regions came under heavy attack. There are civilian casualties, including both dead and wounded. In addition, on Tuesday morning, the enemy targeted one of the terminals belonging to a logistics operator in Zaporizhzhia. There have been casualties there as well. The President of Ukraine and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom signed a declaration on deepening cooperation in the fields of security and the defense industry. Under the agreement, Ukraine will share its unique combat experience, technologies and solutions, while the UK will invest and help scale up production. Weapons production and air defense capabilities were also topics of discussion during the meeting in London with the NATO Secretary General. Ukraine has agreed with Spain on a list of products to be manufactured for Ukraine's needs under the EU's defense program. This took place during President Volodymyr Zelensky's visit to the country. In particular, 4 cooperation agreements were signed in the fields of missile systems and air defense. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, in collaboration with the British government, is launching a special center dedicated to the rapid integration of artificial intelligence into the military. According to the Defense Minister, the center's specialists will analyze data from the front lines, predict enemy movements, create autonomous systems, and develop new digital tools for commanding troops on the battlefield. 2 aircraft factories in Russia were targeted by the defense forces, Aviastar, near the city of Ulyanovsk. Infrastructure and aircraft were damaged there. The facility manufactures Il-76 military transport aircraft and Il-78 refueling aircraft, and also services on 124 Ruslan heavy transport aircraft. Meanwhile, on the territory of the 123rd Aircraft Repair Plant in the Novgorod region, a hangar used to service Il-76 and L-410 aircraft was struck. In the temporarily occupied Crimea, one of the facilities belonging to the Almaz Antey concern has been struck. It is the innovation center of the granite production and technical enterprise where Russian air defense systems are repaired and maintained. In the Pokrovsk area, our defenders used drones to destroy 6 BM-21 Grad, multiple rocket launches. A Tor M2U air defense missile system was also destroyed in the Bryansk region. In the temporary occupied territories of Luhansk and Zaporizhzhia regions, 2 Tor air defense missile systems were destroyed. In the Donetsk region, a radar station for the S-300 anti-aircraft missile system and the launcher for the S-400 Triumph anti-aircraft missile system in Crimea. In addition, over the course of the week, the defense forces destroyed an enemy communications node, depot of fuel and lubricants, ammunition and drone storage facilities, a UAV training center, command posts, and several areas where the enemy personnel were concentrated. These days we commemorate one of the defining moments in modern Ukrainian history, the liberation of the Kyiv region from Russian occupation and the heroic defense of the capital. Russian troops attempted to break through Kyiv via Hostomel, Bucha, Irpin, Borodyanka, Makariv, and the Berberi direction. The battles for the airfield in Hostomel, the destruction of enemy columns, and the resistance of the Ukrainian defense forces, volunteers, and local citizens were decisive in thwarting the advance on the capital. The liberation of settlements in the Kyiv region stood as a testament to the courage of Ukrainians. It was in the Kyiv region that the world witnessed horrific evidence of war crimes committed by Russian occupiers against the civilian population. The events related to the defense of the capital in 2022 were named the Battle of Kyiv. The defense of the capital was led at the time by the commander of the ground forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Colonel General Oleksandr Syrskyi. Under his leadership, the Kyiv defense operation was systematically planned and executed. That was a recap of the week's major events in the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Stay safe.